Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is who I think they should cast in Superman Legacy. So first off, we have Jimmy Olsen, who is Superman's best friend in the comic books, and yeah, I think for Jimmy, I'm going to do a really safe choice, because he needs to not be a leading man. He needs to really blend in with the star, who I think this blends in with who I picked as Superman very well. So yeah, Jimmy is not a leading man. He needs to be someone who can blend in very well, and someone who sort of has that look, right? So I went with Jack Quaid for Jimmy Olsen. Now I know he's on a red hair, that's fine, that can be fixed with like a wig or something, maybe they just don't ditch the red hair or whatever. But I think Jack Quaid could do a really good job as Jimmy Olsen in Superman Legacy. His sort of style very much complements the actor I've chosen for Superman, which I'm not going to spoil now. And he's not a leading man. He's not like an action. He's not going to lead a movie like a big movie. So he would very much blend into that secondary role. But he's also a very good actor, so he can still pull off the stuff that he needs to do while still, complementing Superman himself. So that's why I think Jack Quaid would be really good. And something about this, as to why you could argue against it, is that he's sort of similar. It's sort of a similar role in The Boys as Huey. But that aside, I think he'll be good as Jimmy Olsen because it's a safe choice. We've seen him do stuff like this before, and he's not very much of a leading man. But yeah, so he's who I chose as Jimmy Olsen. Next up is Lois Lane. Now, Lois Lane is very, very important to cast, right? I personally don't like Amy Adams as Lois Lane. I feel like she just didn't really have much chemistry with Henry Cavill either. And so she needs to be someone who is very tough. Lois Lane is very tough. She's like an ambitious character. She needs to, again, complement the Superman that I've chosen as the star. So yeah, I think for Lois Lane, I've chosen a pretty safe choice. I think she's, very talented and very obvious. So the actress I've chosen for Lois Lane is Jennifer Holland, James Gunn's wife. She is a very good actress, and I think she'd do really, really good as Lois Lane. I'm obviously joking, by the way. I hope everybody knows that's a joke. I did not pick Jennifer Holland. I picked Emma Mackey. Now, she is already rumored as Lois Lane. This is like very heavily rumored, and I would really like this. In this photo image that I've used here, she does look a lot like the comic character. And so she's a really good actress in Sex Education, which I only saw the first season of. She was really, really good. So I feel like, and she needs to sort of separate herself from the whole Margot Robbie thing, because there's a massive thing that she looks like Margot Robbie and she's like just trying to steal her career. She's in Barbie and stuff like that. So I think she needs to separate herself from that and sort of do her own thing. And I think this will be a very good launching off point for her career into bigger stuff. And yeah, she's a good actress. She fits the role. She very much complements who I've chosen as Superman. So yeah, and she's already rumored to be a part of the cast as well. So yeah, Emma Mackey is who I choose for Lois Lane. Next up, a very important character is Lex Luthor, who I'm pretty sure James Gunn has confirmed is the villain of the movie. If I'm getting that wrong, please correct me. But yeah, so for Lex Luthor, it needs to be again a foil, someone who's going to be a good foil for who I've chosen as Superman. Someone that is that can pull off a menacing look and screen presence. So yeah, again, they need to be a good actor. So who I've chosen for my Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy is Bryan Cranston. Now, I know this is already like a massive fan cast on Twitter, and I see it. I can't help it. I see it. He's done the dramatic thing. He's done Breaking Bad. He is Walter White. Walter White himself, I think, will be a very, very good Lex Luthor, especially when what he looks like when he's bald. He looks pretty good bald, and he can be intimidating. He can be dramatic, and I think he'll be a really, really good foil for my Superman. And again, he is a great actor. If you've seen Breaking Bad, you know that. But he's also really good at comedy, which I don't know how much comedy will play into it, but that just shows his range. So Bryan Cranston is a very, very good actor, and he is who I think will play or should play Lex Luthor. And he's also a very safe choice. I've gone with pretty safe choices here in my casting. But yeah, he's who I think should play Lex Luthor in the upcoming Superman Legacy film. So yeah, I think he'll do a good job. But anyway, Next up is Superman himself. Who is going to be cast as Superman? There's a lot of rumor, there's a lot of speculation as to who it can be. You know, it needs to be someone. I think James Gunn has said he wants to get someone younger or on the younger side. He doesn't want an older Superman. This is sort of an origins, and you know he's rebooting everything. You know, is a full reboot. I think it needs to be someone who has the look, but is sort of has a different quality than Henry Cavill. You know, because if they're too similar, then they're too similar, and audiences it might cause a disconnect. So I think it needs to be someone who is able to lead a film, someone who has a very strong screen presence, someone who can act, and someone who has the look. You know, has the very generic look. This is a very safe choice. It's already rumored, which is why I'm going. One of the main reasons why I'm going with it. But yeah, so the actor who I've chosen to play Clark Kent, you know, Kal-El in Superman Legacy is a very safe choice. It's already rumored, but I'm going with it. So the actor who I've chosen is David Cornsweet. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just said he's not allowed to be similar to Henry Cavill, but I don't think they're similar. I don't think they're similar. You know, you can see some physical similarities, but they have a different quality to them. You know, David Cornsweet feels more like, I don't know. I don't want to say delicate, but like, I don't know. I don't know what the word is, right? But Henry Cavill feels very like a very, you know, domineering screen presence, while he feels more hopeful and uplifting and, you know, stuff like that. And that is the vibe, and warm, and that's the vibe that James Gunn has said he wants to go for Superman Legacy, is warm and uplifting and hopeful. So I think he is the front runner, right? I think he will be cast. But I didn't want to go with someone like an out-of-the-box casting, because I just knew it wasn't going to happen. So I went with a safe choice. There are a few others that are in the running, but I don't think, like Nicholas Hoult, I don't think he'll get it at all. I don't think he's good for Superman. But yeah, David Cornsweet, he's a very good actor. He's good in Pearl. If you've seen Pearl, you know he's really, really good in that. Even though Pearl isn't the best movie, he's really good in that. And yeah, I think he'll do a good job. He'll do a good job as Superman. You know, he has the quality. And I think this could be a, you know, star-making role for him. And I'm excited. And also, it's a fresh face. It's not getting a major star to do this. Like, you know, I think that would be a bad idea, getting a major star to do this, because people would just be looking at the actor and not the character. So I think David Cornsweet as Superman. But yeah, those are my casting choices for Superman Legacy. Again, we've got Jack Quaid as Jimmy Olsen, Emma Mackey as Lois Lane, Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor, and David Cornsweet as Superman. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know your list, who you would cast. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.